Continuing with coordination chemistry, we are now starting the nomenclature of the coordination compound. For this purpose, we have to frame some rules. First rule is the name of the coordination compound, it should be started with small letter. Started with small letter because first of all we write the names of the ligand, they should be started with small letter. Then the name of the cation is written first. If it is present on the left hand side of the complex, the name of cation is written first, followed by coordination sphere, and which is followed by ionization sphere. Then we have naming of ligands of coordination sphere. They are named in alphabetical order. And fourth is followed by, after naming ligands, name of metal ion which is coordinated, is written, followed by its oxidation number in Roman numbers, Roman numerals in the bracket. Then we have naming of bridging ligands, write mu before their names. उनके नाम से पहले आपको म्यू शब्द लिखना है. Then sixth, we have the naming of multi-dentate ligands. Since the multi-dentate ligands names already contain di, tri, tetra, and if they come twice, thrice, 4 times, then before their names, since their names already contain di, tri, and tetra, so use this for 2, tris for 3, tetra kiss for 4 such ligands. ऐसे लिगेंड्स के लिए अगर वो 2 बार आते हैं तो हम डाई पहले नहीं यूज़ करेंगे, क्योंकि डाई उनके नाम में पहले से है, डाई उनके नाम में पहले से है. तो वी यूज़ बिस फॉर 2, ट्रिस फॉर 3, and tetrakis for 4 such ligands. And for simple ligands, we are simply using the terms di, tri, tetra and so on. So simple ligands में there is no problem. in naming such ligands. They are simply named by writing di, tri, tetra before their names, since the ligands does not include any di, tri, tetra and so on. For simple ligands, use di for 2, tri for 3, tetra for 4 and so on. For geometrical isomers, geomers, we use cis and trans. If similar groups, they are present on the same side, as we are writing this complex, this is cisplatin. If similar groups, they are present on opposite sides of the metal ion, then we use transplatin. So trans is used when they are present at opposite to each other at the square planar position. If they are present on adjacent position, then we use cis for. And then we have for optical isomers, we use plus for dextro-rotatory, minus for levo-rotatory isomer. In case of the complex ligands, we use abbreviations like EN stands for ethylene diamine, OX stands for oxalate ion, GLY glycinato or glycinate ion, and so on. DMG for dimethyl glyoxide. So abbreviations are also used sometime. For negative ligand, the name of the negative ligand, they are ended as, it is 11th rule, the negative ligands name is ended as O. For example, Cl negative will be named as chloro, Br negative will be named as bromo, NO2 negative nitro. So it is the O sound which should be produced after their names. In case of the positive ligands, we use IUM in the end. For example, NH4 positive, this is ammonium. In the end, we use IUM. Then we have NO positive, nitrosonium. If we have NO2 positive, then we have nitronium. For neutral ligand, this is neutral CO. No specific ending. They are named as such: carbonyl, pyridyl, dipyridyl, 1,10-phenanthrolane. So for neutral ligands, there is no specific ending is used. They are named as such. Positive ligand IUM is used. And in case of the ambidentate ligands, we have the two ways of writing their name in the nomenclature. For ambidentate ligands, we use either if cyno is attached through carbon, we write cyno through C. If cyno group is attached through nitrogen, we'll write its name cyno through N. So for ambidentate ligands, this will be rule number 13th. For ambidentate ligands, use name of the electron donor in the end. For example, Cn combines cyno, combines through carbon, then it is written cyno through C. If it combines through nitrogen, cyno through N. So in this manner, we can use name the ambidentate ligand. Then we have already discussed naming of the bridging ligands. Before their names of the bridging ligand, we use mu. Now name few complexes. For example, KAgCN twice. According to our rules, the name should be started with small letter. This is potassium. Then name of the ligand dicyano argentate. Argentum is silver, argentate. Silver is here 1 in 1 oxidation state. Since bracket bears negative charge, due to which this positive charge is here, so whenever there is a negative charge on the square bracket, name of this metal should be ended as ATE, argentate. Then we have PTClNO2 NH3 4. So this is our coordinated part of this complex, and outside the complex we are having sulfate here. Now we have said that these ligands, they are named alphabetically. Amine comes first, so it is tetraamine. Then ABC, chloro is there, chloro. Then nitro. Then we have platinum. Since bracket bear positive charge, due to which this negative is here, so platinum 3 4 sulfate. So this is our complex. Similarly, we have K3 Fe C2O4 thrice. This complex, so this is named as potassium trioxalato. Then we have ferrate. Since iron bears there 3 charge, ferrate. So this is the name of this complex. Now naming some bridging complexes. En twice, cobalt, OH, NH2, CO, En twice. So this complex is having the bridging ligands. Then we name this complex as ethylene diamine is 2. This ethylene diamine, cobalt 3, mu hydroxo, mu amido, cobalt 3, bis ethylene diamine. So this is the complex naming of the bridging ligand, how to name the bridging ligands. So now you have to practice at least 10 such compounds at your home. You will be master of this trade. You can easily name the few complexes from your book. Now we take with the another topic that is very important topic. What is isomerism and what are its types? So isomerism, as we have already defined it in the 11th class, isomerism is the phenomenon where the compound they have same molecular formula, they may have same structural formula also sometime, but they have different spatial arrangement of atoms. So what is isomerism? Our next topic, next question is question number 2 of this lecture. Define isomerism. Discuss its types. So what is isomerism? We have already defined it. The compounds having same molecular formula but different structural or spatial formula, they are called as isomers. It is of two types. Number one is structural. Number two is stereoisomerism. Structural isomerism, it is of main types. Number one is ionization isomerism. Then we have coordination isomerism. Then we have hydrate isomerism. Or the linkage isomerism. Then we have stereoisomerism. It is basically two types, configurational and conformational, or it is also called as rotational isomerism or optical isomerism. Configurational isomerism, it is geometrical isomerism. So these are the different types of isomerism. First of all, we come to structural isomerism. The compounds having same molecular formula but they possess different structures, such isomers are called as structural isomers. And in this case we have the first example, ionization isomerism. The isomers which differ in the number of the names of the, or you can say which differ in the nature of the ligand present outside the coordination sphere. So such isomers they are called as ionization isomers. So let us see the example of this kind of isomer, COBr NH3 5. Then we have here sulfate. So this complex, when dropped in water, it will produce sulfate ion and will give test for sulfate. And in the next complex, sulfate comes inside the coordination sphere and this Br goes outside. Now this complex will give the test for Br. So such isomers which differ in their position, which they differ in the nature of the ligand present in the ionization sphere, they are called as ionization isomers. Then we have coordination isomers. These isomers they have both cationic and anionic complexes, and these complexes they exchange their ligands. The ligand which was present in the cationic part in one complex, in the second isomer it will go in the anionic part. For example, we have COCN6, CONH3 6, it is tripositive. In next complex we have CrCN6, it is 3 negative. So this is one isomer. In the second isomer, cyanide comes to this side and it acquires negative charge, and ammonia goes to this side, that's why this acquires positive charge. So these are called as coordination isomers. Then we have third type of isomers, that is hydrate isomerism. this type of isomerism, the isomer differ in the number of water molecules present in the coordination sphere. This is one complex where 6 water molecules are present in the coordination sphere. In the next complex, we are having 5 water molecule in coordination sphere, 2 chlorine outside this. In the next complex, we can have 4 water molecules present here, 2 chlorine coming in and 1 chlorine is leaving behind. And in another complex, we have 3 water left in the circle, 3 chlorine come inside and water goes outside here. So in here we will be having 3 water in this case. So these are the complexes. Here we can have 1 water, here we can have another 2 water molecules. So these are the isomers which differ in their number of water molecule in the coordination sphere. So they are called as hydrate isomers. Then we have linkage isomerism. In this type of isomerism, in linkage isomerism, what we find, we have ambidentate ligands in linkage isomerism, and the isomer differ in the nature of the donor atom. The donor atom which has donated lone pair and has produced coordinate bond with metal ion, that atom is different. So in this case, this isomerism is shown by only those compounds which are having ambidentate ligands. If they don't have ambidentate ligand, then this isomerism will never be shown by these compounds. So let us see first such complex, that is FeSCN thrice. Fe coordinates through sulfur in this case. And another complex, it is coordinating through nitrogen. So these are called as linkage isomerism. So these are the 4 types of structural isomerism. Then we have stereo isomerism. Here we have to discuss 2 cases. Number 1, geometrical isomerism, which is a case of your stereoisomerism. First case of configurational isomerism. Then it has cis and trans isomerism. We have just seen cisplatin having similar groups on the same side of metal. This is cisplatin. Then we have transplatin having similar groups on the opposite side. So this is in square planar complexes. Then we have geometrical isomerism in octahedral complexes. CO, Cl, Cl, this is En. If similar group on the adjacent positions, this complex is called as cis isomer. If they are present opposite positions, then it is called as trans isomer. So this is cis trans isomerism of octahedral complexes. Then we come to the optical isomerism and meridional and your facial isomerism is also seen. Let us see that. That is a specific case of geometrical isomerism. It is shown by octahedral complexes. So this will be the second case in geometrical isomerism, facial and meridional isomerism. So if the similar ligands they are present on the adjacent positions, such isomers they are called as facial isomers. If they are present on the meridional positions, then we have meridional isomers. This is facial isomer. Then we come to the last type of isomerism, which comes under the category of stereoisomerism, that is optical isomerism. The isomers, they differ in their action on plane polarized light. One of the isomer rotates plane polarized light in a clockwise direction, while other isomer that rotates the plane polarized light in a anti-clockwise direction. So this is a second case of stereoisomerism, that is called as optical isomerism. The compounds having same molecular and structural formula but differ in spatial arrangement, one of the isomer rotates plane polarized light in the clockwise direction, while other do it in anti-clockwise direction. First type of isomer, which rotates clockwise, are called as dextro or plus rotatory, while second type, which rotate anti-clockwise, are levorotatory or minus isomers. Now we have one such complex, cobalt bonded to triethylamine. This is having more cycle on this side, so light will be rotated from less number of cycle to more number of cycles, and this is plus isomer of tris ethylene diamine cobalt 3 complex. Then we have mirror image of it, which is having more cycles on my left hand side, less cycle on right hand side. So this complex will be rotating light in an anti-clockwise direction. It is minus isomer, or we can call it as tris-ethylene diamine cobalt 3 complex. This is minus isomer or levo isomer. This is dextro isomer. So this is the optical isomerism shown by these complexes. Sometimes if cycles are less in number, then also this isomerism is shown. Light is always rotated from cycles to non-cyclic atom. So this is plus form of this compound, and in this case we have these are the complexes. This is minus form of compound. Light is rotated anti-clockwise direction. Light is rotated clockwise direction. So we have these types of optical isomerism found in this series of compound, we can draw the structure and we can write their example. It is also shown by the complexes having chelating ligands as well as having non-chelating ligands, or the complexes which are having only chelating ligands. So both type of compound, they show the optical isomerism. So this is all about this lecture. In next lecture we will be starting with the valence bond theory and bonding in coordination compounds.